Good afternoon. I'm Eric Reed from Anexia. Very happy to be here at IBC with our partner, Extreme Distribution. Today I'm going to be talking about Anexia's hosting and cloud services and some new services. First, who is Anexia? Anexia is a global worldwide cloud provider providing infrastructure as a service in over 90 locations around the globe. The company was formed in 2006, building the global infrastructure for TeamViewer. Today we have over 300 employees. They're in 10 offices across 3 different countries, Austria, Germany, and United States. The company is headquartered in Austria and it was founded in Klagenfurt. We have over 10,000 active customers. What is infrastructure as a service? Fundamentally, it's IP connectivity, storage, computing, co-location resources, as well as a host of other services. From an IP connectivity perspective, Anexia provisions 2 IP service providers across all its locations for redundancy. We work with top tier 1 service providers. Our closest partners in the space are Telia and NTT. From a storage perspective, we deploy NetApp storage solutions across our global cloud. With the Anexia Dynamic Storage Solution, we offer various tiers of storage performance to meet the needs of just about any application based on IOPS requirements as well as access speeds to your storage. From a computing perspective, we provide both virtual machines as well as bare metal solutions. We partner with VMware and deploy VMware virtualization on a global basis. Again, here with Anexia Dynamic Computing, we offer various tiers of performance to meet the needs of the application, basically CPU performance. Co-location resources are for those customers who want to bring their own equipment. We provide space, power, and IP connectivity as needed. We provide managed hosting services, so if you want Anexia to manage your VMs, we can manage them for you. We deploy Veeam backup solution on a global basis, and we also support disaster recovery as a service. The typical application for DRAS is, we want to replicate your on-prem infrastructure, so we deploy virtual machines in our POP, and they're in a dormant state until a disaster happens, and in which case you can turn on the virtual machines, and you have a full replication of your on-prem infrastructure. Anexia has a customer portal called the Anexia Engine where you can log in and see all your resource usages as well as provision and deprovision services as you would like. Here's a high-level overview of our data center locations worldwide. We're in 50 different countries on every continent with the exception of Antarctica. And you can see a large concentration in Europe, so if we go ahead and zoom in on there, you can see all the different locations we have in Europe. We're in just about most of the major cities. Athens, Greece is a new site that we're bringing up in 2022 that's being commissioned as we speak today. Here's a list of our data center locations. The locations highlighted in black are the ones that were provisioned or being provisioned in 2022. In May of 2022, Brisbane and Perth in Australia were commissioned for service, and those are available today for your use. Indonesia and Malaysia are 2 locations that are being provisioned and should be available in October timeframe. And the company strategy is to put points of presence in major cities around the globe to provide low latency solution with high performance. Along with that strategy, we also provide, in some locations, we provide geographically dispersed storage solutions where content is split among various POPs of Anexia for geo-redundancy. I'll talk a little bit more about that later in the talk. For IP traffic, we also offer bandwidth pooling across different regions around the globe. So you can have one big commit across several POPs with Anexia, which gives you flexibility to use the bandwidth to best meet your needs. We really cater to organizations that benefit from a customized, multinational, but localized presence. We open new locations based on demand, which is driven by customer needs. We provide co-location, so we allow customers to bring their own hardware, hardware that's been spec'd and QA'd, by our customers directly. We manage private networks, for example, for contribution feeds, and we can provide dedicated compute servers based on customer specs. Again, some of our key technology partners: VMware for virtualization, NetApp for our storage solutions, for our network infrastructure, switching and routing platform, Juniper and Cisco are partners there, and for all our compute resources, we work very closely with Dell, and we deploy Intel processors on a global basis to provide a truly enterprise cloud solution. Anexia is introducing now a new service, which is Anexia Kubernetes service. Kubernetes is a tool to orchestrate containers, and with the Anexia engine or the Anexia API, you can now spawn your own Kubernetes clusters. And really, to gain control of those clusters, you can create your own dedicated worker nodes. That's node pools that are basically VMs, and you can specify the number and the size of those VMs to meet the needs of your application. And when you're done, you can tear down those VMs, and you can just keep your cluster ready for the next application. You can focus on your application while Anexia manages the control plane, and you can scale your cluster at any time. Service integrations. We provide persistent storage on NetApp, which is managed by Kubernetes. Your cluster with VMs is behind a private hidden in a private network for security, and so Anexia provides a load balancer so you have access to the outside world with ingress IP. And that's also automated inside Kubernetes. You can connect with your existing infrastructure at Anexia, and we also support automated Let's Encrypt certificates for your DNS domains. The initial launch of our Kubernetes service, the support is in Amsterdam, which is right here. It's our ANX 63 site, as well as Vienna and Frankfurt. So you can actually spawn clusters in those sites today, and we'll be expanding the service going forward throughout our cloud locations. Anexia continues to build its S3 storage solutions. We're adding S3 storage in Singapore, and we'll be adding S3 storage in the Northeast region later this year. And of course, we continue to expand our S3 solution in Europe. In Europe, we have very interesting solution which we've implemented. It's a distributed S3 distributed storage solution. In this case, content is first protected with error correction codes or erasure codes, and then is split and distributed across a network of storage nodes. Those storage nodes are different geographical locations, so this provides inherent level of geo-redundancy and allows seamless ingestion across all the locations, and you can grow your library seamlessly. The erasure coding provides redundancy protection, so it really creates a highly reliable storage solution. It provides K of N fault tolerance, meaning for your data to survive or to have access to your full data, you only need access to K of the N nodes that the storage is divided across. It's a very efficient storage solution because it provides a high availability and durability with just a fraction or a reduced physical storage requirement. For example, rather than duplicating your content, which is 200% of the original object size, or 300% triplication, 300% of your object size, we can store just a fraction amount of the original object size, and that can provide equal or higher availability and durability than the duplication or triplication cases. That also leads to a very cost-effective solution. And of course, splitting the content across multiple sites provides an inherent level of added security, since none of your content is stored at any one given location. I mean, the full content is not accessible and is not stored in any one location. Here's how it's implemented in Europe today. We have a multi-petabyte library. Data is protected with a 33% erasure code. So that creates a total protected file size of 150%. So content, after it's protected, the content is split against 9 storage nodes. Those storage nodes are in 3 different locations, in Amsterdam, Vienna, and Frankfurt. And when that content is split, it's split in the along the Anexia fiber backbone, which we've built. There's six fragments for the original content and 3 fragments for the overhead erasure codes, the parity fragments. And we have each fragment stored in one of the storage nodes, totaling 9. This solution creates 6 nines of availability and 13 nines of durability, with only a total protected file size of 150%. When content is requested, it's aggregated over the Anexia fiber backbone at the site requesting the content, and then it's made available. All this is done, this splitting and aggregation is all done behind the scenes and fully managed by Anexia. In this particular solution, any 6 nodes are needed to reconstruct the full data. So that means we can lose a full site, or we can lose any 3 random storage nodes, and you have full data survivability in that case, which creates a really robust solution. Complementary to our worldwide cloud offering, Anexia also provides software development. We have over 50 dedicated in-house developers, and they're divided across 6 different technology teams: mobile development or app development, Python, PHP, .NET, C#, front-end Angular, UX and UI design, as well as project management. Anexia can manage your software project for you, or you can manage it yourself, whatever's best fitting for your company. From an app development perspective, we support both iOS and Android apps, and those apps span across mobile solutions, wearable, smart TV apps, as well as voice assisted. We can also create individual system solutions, which are custom-made enterprise applications, e-commerce, etc. So if you have an application that has high demand workloads at different times of the day, not only can we provide the cloud infrastructure to handle those high peak workloads, we can also we can build the software for you to run your application on our cloud. Thank you very much.